guys, hope you're doing well. Mike's got the roller mower out today. He likes to put a few stripes on lawns when he gets the chance. He's actually going to double stripe it today, so that means the lines will be twice as wide as they normally are. He likes doing things like that, just keeps the job a bit more interesting. So hopefully while I'm making this video you'll see it unfold. It's kind of stuck in a corner there now, so I'll come back to him in a bit. I've been doing a bit of border maintenance, redefining the edges. I always like to go ahead of Michael so we can finish it off with the mower. With the roller mower it's actually good to catch all the grass right on the edge. He can sort of overlap the wheel a little bit, but he won't slip into the border. So that reduces the strimming. So it's best to only use the strimmer when you need to. So I like to use edging shears like you see there. So generally when I do a border, if there's any trimming involved, I'll do that first. So I'll put a line in this cherry tree here first. So when the debris drops and then I'm doing the border work, I'll just pick up the debris as I'm going along. I always like to keep a bit of light between the grass and the foliage. That's the right way of saying it. Foliage. Yeah, because anything growing over it affects the growth on the grass. But sometimes it looks okay, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of too much growing over the lawn. Makes Michael's job easier as well with the mower. So this is one of me and Mike's favourite places to come. You know, we work hard here, but it's not too hard on the body because it's a garden maintenance job, and you can change your tasks throughout the day. So for instance, Michael's doing a bit of pedestrian mowing, but later on he's going to use the customer's ride on, and he's got some areas to do with that, so he'll have a sit down. And later on I'm going to ask him to trim up this conifer, so he's using different muscles. So I would argue that maintenance is easier than mow, blow and go jobs, because when you're mowing all day you're just using one group of muscles all day, and can be a bit hard on your knees. I actually find a bit of weeding, which I only do as part of a maintenance job. I don't do any one-off big weeding jobs. I did years ago when I first started my business, but it's nice to do weeding when you're in control and it's not too much. Just keeping it easy. Make sure you're doing it every 2 or 3 weeks at least. Get on top of it right at the start of the year as well. Get ahead of the game. Might be able to see Michael's lines unfolding now. So can you see they're a bit wider than they would normally be? And Michael hasn't mowed this lawn for 3 weeks now. And week before last was really hot, and it didn't grow much, so I like to control it. Now if we'd come and cut this when it was really hot, it wouldn't be as green as it is now. So we've given it a bit of a break really deliberately. The customer does not want to spend time watering this lawn, and I haven't got time to come here watering it. So I think we've done it just right this year. And this week we've had quite a bit of rain, so I know after this mow it's going to green up a little bit more. And I did put some fertiliser on 3 weeks ago as well, and that's going to be running for about 8 weeks before I need to top it up again. But sometimes I just put a little bit of fertiliser on here every time I come, if I've got it with me and the conditions are right. It's not a perfect lawn. It's very hard to get a perfect lawn when you're doing ground maintenance. There's no customer's going to pay you to turn up to their lawn every day to do all them little bits and pieces. So even though I have got a lot of weed out this lawn, there is weed and there's rabbits that come on here. Well, I find with most lawns, if you get rid of all the big ugly weeds and put a bit of fertiliser on, and just keep it under control. After it's mowed, it does look good. So you've got to work within customers' budgets as well. You can't be on site all the time. I always find the best gardens, best lawns I see are retired people, where they're doing all them little bits just when they're needed to be done. I do actually carry some selective weed killer with me, so when Michael's finished mowing later, I'm just going to come along and spray some of this clover in the patches. Even after he's mowed it, I'll still see some of the leaves. Ideally, you would actually let it grow out a bit more and spray it, but you know, with maintenance, I haven't got time to come here all the time, so it's finding that balance. It's all about moving in the right direction, really. So when I first took over this job, it was very weedy, but each year, a little less weed. Customers happy, finding the balance, keeping it under control. Well, this farm edge is just a mixture of hedges. We cut this probably like 4 times a year, because it's a part of the garden where the customer can see it a lot. There's some edges in there that the flail will come, the farmer with the flail, he'll come. Well, I know all the bits the flail can't get to, and soon I'm going to start trimming around the gate entrances and that, where I know the machine can't get in, but I'm not going to spend time trimming where I know the flail can go. So yeah, you learn all these things when you've been doing a job quite a few years. So after I've whizzed around these 2 islands, I'm going to jump onto these, edge of the lawns. I'm going to pull these poppies out because they're finished flowering. These are just self-seeded, so there'll always be more coming up each year. I'll probably take some of the height off this twisted willow. But I don't really want to get a line in it or anything. I think it looks natural having it sort of different levels. More poppies here to take out. These, not sure what they're called actually. I don't know what the name of everything, and I'm not going to pretend to. I think it's like a type of, I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. Maybe you can tell me. But I'm going to take it down just to tidy it up. Maybe I'll prune a bit off this rhododendron, just take the old flower off. So let's go back to Mike. Let's see how his stripes are looking. Oh, this yew here that's coming out, I'm going to just trim the new growth off, just to put shape. I kind of trim this as if it's one bush. Let's see if Michael's stripes are straight. When they're not straight, I always say he's got a stone in his shoe. Now, if the sun was behind me now, guys, these stripes would look fantastic. But it's very overcast today. You see the builder's bag up there, he drops the grass in that builder's bag. And I always tell him, don't make them too heavy. If they're too heavy, I won't pick them up. You can hear the mower struggling a little bit where it's a bit longer. Some of that weed here with a little flower, oh, I don't know what it's called per se, maybe you know. But, this is quite hard to kill. I find any weeds with small leaves on, they're always harder to kill. We'll probably move the bag across now. Mike does probably 90% of the mowing. I prefer the gardening more and he prefers the mowing more, so we're like a perfect team really. So we'll drop the bag somewhere there. Oh, he's decided it's heavy enough, he might actually go and get a new one. That's it, he's made the right decision there. It's probably because I'm watching him. But, you know, look at him, he's got his talk sport on or the music on, and it's happy days. It's good to find jobs like this, different tasks, good customer to work for, really appreciate what we do. If you saw the video I did yesterday, it was only a short video I did yesterday. It was a tough job. I was high up on ladders. I got a good sweat on. I don't want to stop doing jobs like that totally because it stops me from getting fussy, and it's still nice to know I can do it. But it's the maintenance jobs I prefer the most, commercial or domestic. And it's not just about the tasks we do, it's about the people we're working for. If we've got a good relationship with a customer, I'll do anything, empty drains, clean out gutters, it don't matter. If I'm treated well, I'll do it. And Michael's the same as well. And I have to treat him well. Not make life too hard for him, or he might not want to work with me. So if you're ever thinking of employing somebody, you've got to find the balance for them as well, not just for yourself. Don't ask them to do anything you're not prepared to do yourself. But Michael, he knows we've got to work really hard some days. He knows you've got to have different gears. It's hard to find people like that. You can see he's really concentrating. Looks like he's decided to go back up that line. He wasn't quite happy with that one. I ain't got a clue how he does it, to be honest, guys. Delegation, the key to man management. I think now, after we've had the rain, I think fortnightly cuts are good enough. Sometimes I do 3 a month. I don't have any customers where I have to be at their place at a set time on a set day. I've only got one commercial client at the moment where I have to let them know in advance, but if I ever had to change the visit, they are flexible. And I've got a group of domestic customers where I just let them know the day before. And mostly I do turn up roughly the same time every 2 weeks, but they know things change. So sometimes the job gets moved forward a few days and sometimes it gets moved backwards a few days. But they know how I work. So if you're new in your business or thinking of starting a ground maintenance business, maybe when you first meet a customer, just state that you're not going to be there at the same time every 2 weeks or every same time every week, depending on what your schedule is. Make them aware of that. Make sure you got access when they're away. Make sure that you can cut the grass when they go on holiday. And also if they've got pets, make sure they know if there's poo on the lawn, you're not going to move it, you're just going to mow around it. Simple as that. And if they've got a lock gate, make sure you've got a key or either the combination. Start as you mean to go on, that's what I say. I don't do many mow, blow and goes these days, but I've still got a few, and they're good ones. That's why I still do them. And we often just turn up towards the end of the day or when I've got a gap. The great ways to just fill in a few spare hours or an hour now and then. So I think you get the idea with the lawn mowing. It's quite a long video for me. If you are new in your business, you can always leave a question in the comments or write anything you want, really. Bit of a ramble, but hope some of this is helpful to some people out there. Even Geordie, if he's watching, you might learn a few tricks. You never know, but I think he's pretty wise. He's been doing this work a while, really, but you never know. I'm always open to learn new things off other people. I'm always watching other YouTube videos, and good to learn a few things from other people. Right, I'm going to say goodbye now. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the football. Hopefully we'll win. You never know. Bye for now.